from the conductor Zubin Mehta for all the members of the orchestra, not least the duty concertmaster Werner Hink. It's a tough assignment for any conductor to direct this sort of music before an audience which includes so many critical Viennese, and comparisons are inevitably made with Lorin Maazel, with Carlos Kleiber, with Riccardo Muti and Herbert von Karajan. We've seen all of them in recent years, and also with Willy Boskowski, who conducted his concerts for no less than 25 years. But one well-informed Viennese I spoke to yesterday expressed the opinion that Mehta is the equal of any of them in the way he expresses the exuberance and vitality of this kind of music. And a call for all the members of the orchestra. Once again, an orchestra so much loved by the Viennese and so important to the whole image of Austria all around the world. This concert seen by some billion people, rather, in many, many countries. And a bouquet of flowers delivered to Zubin Mehta now to express everybody's admiration. And the first encore we know is going to be the quick polka, Auf Ferienreisen, Off on a Holiday Trip, by Josef Strauss.
Philharmoniker gehen auf Ferien.
Well, we don't often get a chance to appreciate the vocal talents of the Vienna Philharmonic, do we? But they were happy to let rip in the polka Auf Ferienreisen by Josef Strauss. And next, of course, we're going to have the Blue Danube in its orchestral form, although it was originally written for the singers of the Vienna Men's Choral Society, with words that were perhaps surprisingly cynical. In reality, the Danube was no bluer then than it is today. Austria had just been defeated in war, and Carnival in 1867 was a case of making the best of a bad job. We're supposed to be jolly, are we? Really? So what? That was the feeling of the original version. But the Blue Danube very soon came to symbolize the silver lining that the Viennese have always loved to look for. And on this occasion, it carries the city's greetings to the whole world listening on the radio and watching on television.
Österreich ist heute Mitglied der Europäischen Union. Die Wiener Philharmoniker und ich wünschen wirklich alle Europäer, unsere neuen Familienmitglieder willkommen und allen Menschen auf der Welt ein
A tremendous ovation from the delighted audience here in the Musikverein at the heart of this great city by the beautiful Blue Danube to give that immortal waltz its full title. And in the presence of the Austrian President, Thomas Klestil, we had a rather special New Year greeting from Maestro Meta and the orchestra on the day when Austria becomes a full member of the European community. Well, today is a holiday in Vienna, as it is in Britain and elsewhere, of course, and the audience will be off soon to continue their New Year celebrations in their various ways, as no doubt you will, but not before they've had a chance to participate in traditional fashion in the Radetzky March. Meta returns to the rostrum to acknowledge the tremendously enthusiastic applause of the audience here. An audience who've paid between £65 and some £330 for their seats, if you're interested in what it's cost to be here as a member of the audience on this particular occasion. Many of them dressed very smartly. I suspect they've come on straight from their all-night New Year parties. A great roar goes up after the Radetzky March by Johann Strauss the father. And although the audience here is clamoring for more, that really is the end of the New Year concert given in the Golden Hall of the Musikverein in Vienna, and the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra conducted by Zubin Mehta, with ballet interludes supplied for television viewers by dancers from the Vienna State Opera. Zubin Mehta leaves the platform, but he's sure to be back again soon. Next May, he'll be in this city to conduct the Vienna Philharmonic in a performance of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony to mark the 50th anniversary of the end of the Second World War in Europe. But for the moment, he acknowledges the tumultuous applause at the end of this annual celebratory occasion here in Vienna. The shouting will probably continue here for some time, I suspect, after which, if the past is anything to go by, members of the audience could well start to dismantle the floral decorations, carrying them off as souvenirs. But we won't stay for that. This is Richard Baker in Vienna, bidding you goodbye for now, and a very happy New Year. As the Viennese put it, Prosit Neujahr.